world, welcome to the 207th video on my channel where I'm building my own digital assistant named Shane, like Jarvis from the Iron Man movies and comics. I have a garden in my backyard. I started gardening. It's a stereotype of retired military members to start gardening, and I water it every day, of course. But what I want is an irrigation system that's automated with time, some soil sensors, and some rain sensors, because it rains a lot in Louisiana and I don't want to waste water if it's already rained. And so what we're going to do is this will be part one of my automated gardening system. And so this will just be the hardware side of it and not any home assistant yet, but I will get a home assistant sensor that works well with home assistant, of course. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I watched tons of YouTube videos on it, and I don't need anything complicated. I just need something simple. So right now they're having a 41% deal on this MIXC irrigation system. So it was a little cheap. It was about $40 for me. The normal price is $70. I'll leave a referral link in the description. If you do, just full disclosure, if you use that link, it helps me out. So if you're considering do this, I would get this. It's highly rated on here. It is Amazon choice. Don't know what climate pledge friendly is because it's all rubber. So maybe it's reused, recycled plastic and rubber. But anyways, and so it's a half-inch distribution system, right? So it uses this half-inch tubing right here to do the main water, and then the quarter-inch tubing to distribute out to the actual irrigation system. And so this one that I bought only comes with 20, I think it's about 26 feet, I think, of just this half-inch cable, which was not enough for me. So I went to Home Depot and bought half-inch rubber tubing. However, it was hard, and that's what I wanted, right? So I bought 50 feet of it, 50 feet of harder rubber tubing, and that way I can bury it with the rocks, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. Then you can cut into this half-inch tubing and put these right here, these connectors with the 4 nozzles on there. These 3 items right here, those are the 3 parts that connect to your hose. This part I didn't like, and I'll show you why. And then this is what it looks like, right? So you have 2 ends of a half-inch rubber tube connected to these connectors, and then it uses the quarter-inch tubing to go to these right here. So these are misters. These are what I'm using right here, right? So it kind of spreads it out evenly, and then it has the line, these orange line ones, and I don't use any of those. And then it comes with some extenders, some stops, some tie straps, some water tubing, and these different types of distribution methods. So again, if you have kind of a larger garden, this half-inch tubing is just, it's not a lot of it. And so you either have to cut it a lot, or you'll have to buy some more half-inch tubing. And I don't know if that's a recommended product on here. No, all the sensors I was looking at are in my algorithm now. But I would definitely look into a bigger half-inch tubing if you can. And this is just an example of it right here, this half-inch tubing. So that's what it looks like. So now we're going to go to my garden, and I'll show you how I installed it. Alright, so this is where we start off here. Try to zoom in. So you have this first piece here, and then you slide in this tubing into this piece, which connects to a third piece here. And now, out of everything, the setup was easy except for this. I didn't like this part. It's really hard to get around this area, and it kept popping off. I have so much water tape here, plumbing tape here, that is ridiculous, and it still leaks. And so as you can see, I have a triple double split because of this is my pool right here, and then this is where I'll have my normal water hose. Now this piping right here is a hard 1/2 inch right here. I bought this, like I said in the beginning, because I'm gonna bury this inside the rocks, and I don't want the rocks pushing down too much weight on the super flexible hose that comes with it. I'm going to bury this and show you what it looks like when it's buried. But it comes around here. I just made as much slack as possible. And it comes around here. And here I have a mister, right? And I need to do it better, but this mists right onto my blackberry bush. And then it comes up here. This is still the hard 1/2 inch tube. I'm going to prop it up in a second. But then it comes down into this right here. And this sprays my beets and my jalapenos. And I have 2 of those. And another one right here. That sprays my sweet potatoes and the other jalapenos. So then it comes up here, and this is the first splitter right here. And so you'll move the 1/2 inch tubing here, put it into here, and then I have 4 of the 1/4 inch tubes going everywhere else. And now this one, I have a loose one. I will pin it up and show you what that looks like. But that is actually gonna come up here and spray like that across the whole thing. And that's for my pumpkin and watermelon bush. All right, and then I snake it. I'll prop this one up as well and bury it. And then we come down here to right here. And this is another split, but now we have the 26 foot, I believe, 1/2 inch tubing that came with it. It's very flexible and pliable compared to this one right here, which is the harder tube. This flexible one's very easy to push in here. And so here I have more 1/4 inch tubings coming off. And then here is a stopper, right? Because I don't have another thing going here. When you make cuts into the 1/4 inch tubing, make sure that you cut in a straight line, because I cut kind of jagged and I don't know if it made the best seal. All right, and then I have another one of these. And this is for my non-food garden, right? And then it comes up here. Now this one has quite a bit of 1/4 inch tubing, which does affect the distribution of it. So the closer it is to the 1/2 inch tubing, the stronger it will be. All right, and then it goes all the way over here. And I only have 2, and the reason why I had to put 2 here was to increase the intensity of the water distribution. And so I just capped off 2 here, and then I have 2 more here that again goes here to one of these, then to one of these, and then finally I have a capped, right? This is the end of it that comes with it, and that's pretty much it. All right, so I have it turned on. I don't know if you could see in the video, but it's leaking, so I definitely want to fix that. I don't like how that leaks. That's way too much. And so now we can check out the mister. All right, I need to tie strap this a little bit better, but it's supposed to be spraying right onto the blackberry bush like that. Does exactly what it's called, a mister. This one right here. This one is spraying right here. This one right now is on the ground. I will fix that second and show you guys. And then the rest just spray like that. And that's it. Now, one note, make sure you cap off the tubing while you're testing, because none of the pressure will get to these if it's not capped off, right? The water will spray everywhere and not come to these. And that's it. All right, I am done burying the hose. I don't know if you can see, but it's still leaking. Not a fan of that. But I basically hid it underneath the rocks. Then it comes out over here. Got the mister right here. There's not really enough slack to hide this. And then I use some gardening stakes to connect it. It comes with tie straps, but I use this garden twine to make it more secure. Let's put that down a notch. Do some tie strapping. Again with the twine here and there. And see, like I explained before, I got this one up here propped up like that, so it gets pretty much the whole thing. And this has pumpkin and watermelons in it. And then I planted nasturtiums all around. That's way too much nasturtium, but I was told they prevent squash bugs. Found out they don't, but. And then in here we have sweet potatoes right here, jalapenos. This is a marigold to prevent bugs, I guess. And then beets, and we've been harvesting the beets already. All right, I probably need some more mulching right here because the pipe comes out. But then I was able to bury it. Pretty much bury all the 1/4-inch tubings as well, so just the little spouts come out, which is kind of cool. I'm a little worried about the winter. I don't know about the winter rating. It's rubber, so as long as it's underground, under this mulch, it might be okay. This is Louisiana, so it's not that bad of a deal. This one looks like it's leaking a little bit. I'll have to troubleshoot that. But this is for all the non-edible plants, right? These are just all the garden. All right, so in the next video, the plan is to add the sensor in there, the timing sensor, and hook that to our home assistant, which is hooked up to our Raspberry Pi. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.